say a lie can sound convincing until psychology pulls it apart. Brandy Phillips sat in the interview room, her voice flat, repeating,
"And he warned her."
Okay.
I may have slapped him or anything.
But detectives weren't interested in surface answers. One leaned forward and said,
I need you to wake up. I need you to be real alert when you're telling me this. Because, Brandy, this is the part that's the important part, right? I need to know what happened out there. You're the only person who can tell me what happened out there, okay?
Brandy's shield was denial, but it was fragile. Minutes later, her story shifted.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I do.
No yelling, no threats, just the steady unraveling of her words. Detectives used repetition, sequencing, and quiet pressure to show how her story didn't fit. This is expectancy violation at work. The truth coming from the angle Brandy never expected. Her own contradictions.
Do you think it's fair for Kenneth to be stabbed because of you getting beat up in the past from somebody else?
But the pertinent questions are who this demonic woman is, what happened on October the 3rd, 2017, and how detectives psychologically trap her with a perfect bait.
Instinctively, God knows that I wouldn't want to ever have to live with killing somebody. So I aimed where I wouldn't.
Welcome back to my channel. It was the early hours of October 3rd, 2017, in Fort Worth, Texas. In a wooded encampment just off the road, where makeshift tents and tarps sheltered those with nowhere else to go, a sudden commotion broke the uneasy quiet. At around dawn, 6:15 a.m., residents of the camp heard 35-year-old Kenneth Stewart burst through the shadows, screaming for help. He had been stabbed, blood soaking through his shirt, staggering between the campsites. Witnesses recalled moments earlier he had been arguing with his girlfriend, 35-year-old Brandy Nicole Phillips. Not long after, Phillips walked calmly through the same camp, dismissively telling others, "He's fine, he's asleep." But when police arrived, Kenneth was already dead. Officers tracked Brandy down nearby, blood still on her hands. So, they brought her in for interrogation, and today, we will focus on the psychological elements of this interrogation.
So, all right, Brandy, let's see here. It is October 3rd, 2017 at 6:15 a.m. And Brandy, like I told you out there, like I told you here, before I gave you Waterburger and all that kind of stuff, you're not under arrest, okay? I just wanted to talk to you to get a whole picture of what happened out there, okay? And just like you said, you signed that consent. Let me remind you at any point you can say, no, I don't want you all to search out there and stuff like that. And you don't even have to talk to me. But I just want to get a good idea of what happened out there. And I think it's pretty important, like I told you earlier, to get all sides of things, okay? But like I said, you're leaving here today, okay?
Anybody thinking it?
We'll get into that, okay? But I need to get some basic information from you first, okay? Give me your full legal name, Brandy.
Brandy Nicole Phillips.
Brandy, Nicole, Nicole.
Yeah.
Phillips, Phillips. And what's your date of birth? And where are you staying right now, Brandy?
Right here. I'll be there.
Okay, over at those camps. Brandy, do me a favor. And this isn't going to take very long, but I do need your full attention because this is extremely important stuff we're talking about. So kind of sit up for me. Try to wake up the best you can. If you need something like another Coke or something like that, I'll get it for you. But I need you to try to be as alert as you can, okay?
The interrogation begins with detectives offering Brandy food, drinks, and reassurance that she isn't under arrest. This soft entry tactic makes the environment appear safe, lowering her defenses.
And do you have a cell phone for you? No cell phone number? Okay. What's that on your head? What does that say on your head, that tattoo?
That's my son's name.
What is it, Caleb? Okay. What's the last cell phone number you had? Do you remember it?
682.
Okay.
253. 5100.
Brandy, do you have a place you get mail at? No?
Alrighty. What about family members? Mom, dad, sisters, brothers, anything like that around here? Okay. A different state? Where at?
My mother died last year.
Okay.
Oh, my dad in equipment.
Dad of what?
He's in equipment tech.
Okay. All right. This is what I need. Okay. I need you to wake up for me for about 10 minutes. Give me a good story about what happened so I know everything that occurred out there. Okay. I'm not going to ask you any more questions. What I'm going to ask you right now is just to tell me what happened up there. Okay. And then I'll probably come back with some questions, kind of fill in the blanks. But I need you to do me a favor. I need you to wake up. I need you to be real alert when you're telling me this. Because, Brandy, this is the part that's the important part, right? I need to know what happened out there. You're the only person who can tell me what happened out there, okay? And so I got to get your side of things so I can make sense of what I'm looking at out there. Okay, so can you wake up and kind of sit up and tell me what occurred?
I don't remember details. I remember fighting.
Okay, well, there's got to be a reason why this happened last night, okay? And if you have a side of why you may have done something, now's the time to tell me.
Tired of being yelled at.
Tired of being yelled at? Okay, I understand that.
Tired of being bullied.
Okay. Well, tell me about that so I can understand and I can put myself in your shoes about what you're talking about. Sounds like he yelled at you a lot. Is that what you're saying? Okay, he bullied you. Okay. Can you do me a favor? Can you isolate this to this particular night? What actually happened last night or this night a few hours ago?
I'm sure I did or said something. Hurt his feelings or,
Okay.
I don't quite remember what said at all.
Okay. Well, let's start this. This might be able to help you. Where were you when everything happened?
At camp.
Brandy is exhausted and struggles to stay awake. Detectives keep her talking, nudging her to sit up and focus. Tiredness increases mistakes and inconsistencies.
Is this the camp that you stay in? Okay, is this the camp where you sleep at night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wake up for me. Wake up for me. Can you? We gotta get this done. Do you and we're talking about Kenneth, right?
Yes.
Okay, what's Kenneth's last name?
Stewart.
Okay. How long have you been with Kenneth?
I guess off and on since February.
Okay. What's his birthday? Did you love him?
I do love him.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
And so, last night, you guys were in your camp. Now, I saw your camp. I saw that area, okay? It looks like it's got a bunch of tarps around it. Does that make sense, right? Curtains, tarps, whatever. Where exactly were you when this argument started? There was by the bed. Okay. Is there actually a mattress over there? Okay, it's not a makeshift mattress. It's a real mattress? Okay. Were you guys already going to bed? Were you awake? What was going on?
Going to bed.
You were going to bed. Okay. And then you're in bed. You're going to bed. Tell me what occurs.
I don't remember what the argument was about.
Okay.
He was yelling at me. I'll leave him there. We've been drinking a little bit.
Okay.
Nobody was drunk, not like we didn't drink that much.
Okay.
Like there was a bottle, but that was between there were 3 or 4 hours between several people. So
Okay.
Nobody was pissed at.
So you didn't feel like you were overly intoxicated or anything like that?
Probably more so than normal.
Okay.
But not like.
How many drinks do you think you had?
I can't say.
Okay. What kind of alcohol are we talking about?
Rum.
Okay. So go ahead. You guys had been drinking. You guys were going to bed. You're not sure what the argument was about, but you're arguing. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure it was something.
Okay. I'm sure it was.
Something.
And then what happens?
I hit him one time.
Okay.
I may have slapped him. I don't think. I really did, maybe.
Okay. Then what happened?
I'm hit me again. And I hit mine.
Okay.
I know I had to. Yeah.
Okay.
One time.
One time? Okay.
It wasn't like
Well,
I didn't hurt people.
I understand. Well, let's slow it down because I want to make sure I understand fully what happened, okay? You guys are arguing. And was he yelling at you?
Of course, kids always yelling.
Okay, he's always yelling. Did that cause you to slap him?
When Brandy describes slaps and arguments, detectives repeatedly ask for the exact order of events. Liars struggle to keep fabricated sequences consistent.
Sure, you're a fighter.
Okay.
I never wanted to.
You wanted to?
I think I may have.
Okay. Did you slap him because he was yelling at you?
He was in my face.
Okay, so he was getting in your face and he was yelling. Did you slap him because he got in your face? Okay. You think so?
He hit me at least twice.
Okay. So let me ask you this. And here, I need to try to put myself in your shoes, okay? And I know that's not easy.
That's hilarious.
But the only way I can do that is if you explain to me in detail, okay? And so, did you slap him because he got in your face and yelled at you? Or did he do something else that you slapped him?
I can't remember who hit me first.
Okay. Where exactly were you? Were you standing, sitting when this all happened? Okay. Were you standing next to the bed or had you already moved away from the bed?
By the bed.
Okay. What were you wearing? Yes. Okay. What was he wearing?
Probably jean shorts.
Jean shorts. Okay. And now, had he already laid down in the bed before the argument happened, or you guys were just starting to get to bed?
Starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to try to think back to you guys are arguing. Do you remember anything about what you were arguing about?
Everything started.
Okay. Well, let's try to remember.
Always I said something that hurt his feelings more. It didn't matter.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty universal. I think everybody would agree that most people fight over things that are kind of silly in hindsight. But I want to talk about the things that you will remember, and those are the things that happen when people hit people. Okay. He's yelling at you. Try to think back. Did you slap him first because he was yelling at you, or did you hit him after he hit you? Can you remember? Okay. So you're not sure who hit who first?
I know he hit me at least twice.
Okay. Where did he hit you? Where did he hit you, Brandy?
In the face.
Okay. How did he hit you?
Over there.
Okay. Like a slap. Is that correct? Okay. How hard did he hit you?
Not too hard at first.
Okay. So it wasn't too hard the first time, and then what?
Hard now. I mean, it's pretty fucking bad.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to understand. When you say not too hard, what do you mean?
And you're out of my kid a little bit the first time.
Okay.
The detective frames Kenneth as a bully and Brandy as someone just reacting. This is a minimization tactic, presenting the crime as understandable or less severe.
And now,
Second time.
did he hit you once and then right away, or did he hit you and then you hit him and then he hit you back, or did you hit him, then he hit you, then a few minutes later he hit you? Kind of give me the sequence of events of how it all happened.
It'd probably be the latter scenario.
Okay. Well, tell me out loud what you're talking about, so I know I'm on the same page with you. Trying to run through exactly the sequence of events of who hit who and how he.
Have you been in an argument ever?
I have.
Like,
Yes. I've been in a number of
had
arguments.
a few details about it, just like it doesn't make sense, like in your head, like what happened. You can't remember details, like, but I can tell you what color his shirt was that was laying over there draped across the chair. I can't tell you what was said, you know.
Yeah, here's the thing, Brady. I'm not asking you If you don't remember verbatim
I don't
what you
remember
said,
exactly. But I know it was a few minutes, maybe just a few seconds. I don't know.
okay. Well, let me ask you this.
The first time he hit me, but I know that like he hit me at some point. This turn he hit me. But I kind of smacked him. Certainly not as hard as he hit me. I should not have done it. It was wrong. Because you don't hit people as hard as you do. So it's due to anger. And then he was right here, said something to me, or said something. And he's just laying on me. Laying, it spun my head around.
Mm-hmm.
And it still hurts from it.
Okay. Then what happened? You said earlier you had your knife. Where was your knife?
Over on a shelf.
Okay. So,
Where I came from.
okay. How far away was that from you after you got hit?
Just a few feet.
Okay.
Lying, I know I picked it up again because it's not my first rodeo.
What?
I can beat around.
Okay. So you've been beat up by somebody else before? Okay. What does that knife look like?
I painted on it.
Hmm?
I painted it. It was like I don't know, it had like fake bullet holes or whatever. I found it in the ground actually.
Okay. Well, describe it to me. Is it like a big old machete? Is it a steak knife? What does it look like?
Step over and something.
It's a flip open knife? Okay. What color is it?
Brown.
Okay.
The handle part's brown and blades like this black or whatever.
Okay. And
Painted and part of the painted wood tone.
would you paint it?
I painted the little bullet things and fingernail with.
Okay.
When Brandy shifts focus to past abuse, detectives acknowledge it but tether the conversation back to Kenneth's case. By validating her emotions while redirecting, they balance empathy and control.
After you got the knife, what did you do?
Clearly, I opened it,
Okay.
and when he lunged at me another time, I died.
You did what?
Apparently, I stabbed him
Okay.
in the chest.
You had pointed to a certain area in your chest. Can you show me again whereabouts it was?
I'm going to just put the shoulder again.
Okay.
I'm not trying to kill him. I just wanted to stop him from hurting me more.
Okay. Now you said
I want Ken to be okay. I don't want him to be hurt. I don't want him to keep hurting me.
you described him slapping you twice. Is that correct? And then lunging at you. How far away was he when he lunged at you?
Closer than you are to me.
Okay. And so, if he was that close to you, describe the lunge. What do you mean he lunged at you?
I don't know if he was coming to get in my face or it wasn't like he was like.
Because if he's
You can't see that when it's happening like that. You can't describe it like that.
Brandy, I'm not here to do anything other than find out what happened, okay? You're describing him being closer than you and I are right now. And so
just a few, not maybe 6 feet.
okay, so he's a little bit closer. He's about right here, right?
Chair.
Okay. And so that's pretty close. I mean, that's close enough to reach out and touch you.
Yeah.
Isn't that correct? Yeah. So there really isn't much to lunge there, you know?
To me, it looks like lunging. Maybe it's different when you're not a 5'3" female that's been abused or survived, and having a man that's way bigger than I'm coming out here. I mean,
Okay.
maybe you describe it differently.
Well, I'm trying to get it described to me as it happened. Like I look at it like this: if I'm back here and then I lunge towards you, I guess I can make that makes more sense in my head. But when you're this close, you know, there's nothing to lunge. Okay. So, what knife or what hand did you have the knife in?
I'm gonna assume right here.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to assume. I want you to try to go off of memory. What you remember? You remember having it in your right hand?
I never have a knife in my left hand.
You would never have a knife in your left hand? Can you show me how you stabbed him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember if it was like this? Do you remember if it was like this? Do you remember if it was like this? Do you remember if it was like this?
I'm ready to see the head. I can't right now.
Okay.
Detectives asked Brandy to physically show how she stabbed Kenneth, even down to which hand she used. Physical reenactments expose contradictions because body movements are harder to fake than words.
Let me ask you just in flat, just a flat question. Why did you stab him?
I didn't want to hurt me again.
Okay. By hurting you again, you're talking about him slapping you twice, is that correct?
That and it scared me there would be more.
Okay. So you were scared that he might do it in the future. Is that correct? Okay.
Or at that point in time, yeah.
Yeah. It was so, but at this particular night, he slaps you twice. You said one was not as hard as the other. The first one wasn't that hard, and the second one was hard enough to kind of ring your bell. Is that correct?
Kind of ring my bell. Are you kidding me? My head spun around and I was like,
No, that's what I'm asking. I
I
want you.
almost fell on my head.
I want you to describe it. Okay. Has he ever hit you before?
He's been constant yelling, running. He has sabotaged my vehicle, spray painted my windshield. He has burned all my clothes, tried to set my camp on fire. And his threat, scare tactic. My children and I are lucky that we survived my ex-husband. I still suffer from the injury that my ex-husband had done to me.
Can I say
There aren't
something?
words for that kind of
No, I understand.
word.
Can I say something to you though? And I want you to tell me if you think this makes sense. Okay. It sounds like Kenneth.
He's kind of a bully.
He's kind of a bully. Sounds like he did a lot of mean stuff. Okay. It sounds like he could be an asshole at times. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I'm sure you can be an asshole too.
Hell, I can be an asshole a lot. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out how he was acting towards you. But it sounds like he was being a jerk. Sounds like he did a lot of stuff. But for the most part, when I asked you if he ever assaulted you before, you talked about these other things. And that's how I know most likely he had never assaulted you before. Doesn't mean you don't have a past that you have to reflect on, right? And it sounds like you had a very abusive past. Is that correct? Okay. But the reason we're talking to you is because we need to make sure we understand kind of what's going on inside your head, okay? Because we are trying to make sure that things like this, if they can be avoided, we try to make them so that they're avoidable, okay? Now, let me ask you this. Do you think it's fair for Kenneth to be stabbed because of you getting beat up in the past from somebody else?
The detective challenges Brandy. Was it fair to stab Kenneth for past abuse from another man? This shifts her justification from emotional to moral reasoning, cornering her logic.
I don't believe that to be the case.
Okay. And I'm not saying I'm not saying what's in your head.
That when he creates himself to be a threat, he forces himself on somebody as a threat, one should expect to be treated as such.
Okay. I want to ask you again, and I want you to be honest with me, and I already know the answer to this, okay? Because believe it or not, we do know how to talk to people, okay? Prior to tonight, has he ever assaulted you, ever? No.
I'm really cold. Like,
Okay. And I'm not saying that's not
I
important.
see the signs. Like,
Okay.
I knew that it was coming then.
Okay, I understand that. And Brandy, listen, your
No,
experience is
you
important.
can say you understand that, but to live in that moment and to be in that place, you
Okay.
will never understand that.
Well, let me rephrase that. I don't mean I understand how you are going through it and stuff like that. I mean I can understand the situation we're talking about more now. Okay, I can understand that you were taking. Yeah, we have. Yeah, and I think I can understand that you're taking experiences you had from past relationships, and you're trying to notice the signs.
Almost killed me.
Okay.
When another man is going to come at me, he's already hit me twice. Yeah, I'm going to protect myself.
Okay.
I mean, I watch this man every time. I mean, a guy looks at me funny and beating the crap out of him.
Okay.
And I know what he can do.
Okay. Yeah, that's all part of this. Okay. But one of the things I need to do is I need to understand everything that was going through your head before you decided to stab him.
You know what? It wasn't like a decided to stab him kind of thing. It was that he's coming at me again kind of thing. And it's more of a self-protection kind of thing.
How close was he to you when he slapped you the first time?
Right.
Right in your face. Did he slap you with his right hand or left hand?
I believe it was his left hand.
Okay. Where were you slapped? Point on your face. Okay. So you were slapped on the right side of your face.
Certainly the mark, because that's what that is.
Wait, well, let me see. Well, that's not. It has nothing to do with your leg. Okay. You're saying he slapped you on the right side of your face the first time, is that correct? And that was the one that wasn't as hard?
Yeah.
And then the second one was where? On this side. Was that with the other hand or was that with the same left hand?
Left hand.
That was with his right hand. Is he right-handed or left-handed?
You know, honestly, I've never watched kids write anything, so I couldn't tell you.
Instead of accusing her outright, detectives slowly build from small details: drinking, slaps, sequence, weapon, intent. By layering pressure gradually, they prevent immediate shutdown.
How much harder was the second slap than the first slap? A lot harder. Why did he slap you harder the second time than he did the first time?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Where did your slap on him fall in the sequence of those two slaps? No. So he slaps you with his left hand. You slap him with your left or right hand?
Probably right.
Probably right. And did you slap him in the face? Okay. So he slaps you on the left. You slap him with the right.
Which I shouldn't have slapped him in the beginning.
Well, I know. I'm not here.
I did not hit him near as hard as I know he hit me.
Okay.
I'm not capable of hitting him now.
I'm trying to just get the facts.
That's doing my right.
I'm not talking about right or wrong right now. I'm talking about the facts, okay? He slaps you with his left hand. Then you slap him with your right hand. Then he slaps you back with his right hand. Is that correct?
I'm 90% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Did those things happen pretty much back to back to back?
Not back to back to back.
Okay. Tell me the time frame between the first and second slap, meaning his first slap on you and your first slap on him.
I want to say 3 hours because it seemed how long we had it. It was probably more like 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe.
Okay.
It's 5, 9.
And so you're saying 3 hours, meaning it just seemed like a lot longer.
Well, yeah.
But realistically, it was a few minutes.
I mean, it's true.
Okay. And so just so we're on the same page.
Keep in mind, I had been doing that.
I understand. And Brandy, that is the reason why we do it this way. So I'm trying to help you remember things that happened. But to be clear, it didn't happen like this. He didn't go boom and you slapped him right back, right? He slapped you. What exactly did you do after the first time he slapped you with his left hand?
Head grabbing like a dumbass.
Okay. So you guys kept arguing. It continued. Then you continued to drink after that first slap? No.
No alcohol.
Drinking was done.
We haven't been drinking for a year.
Huh?
We haven't been drinking for a year.
Okay. So he slaps you. About 2 or 3 minutes later, you slap him. Now, why did you slap him?
Here's my face.
Okay.
Yelling at me. and I was angry.
How long after that slap that you slapped him did he slap you?
After the second slap, it was always a matter of 5 minutes.
Okay. So I understand that the first, meaning his first slap to you and your first slap to him were a few minutes apart. How far was your minutes apart? Okay, so they were all three a few minutes apart. So he didn't slap you. He didn't slap you because you slapped him. He slapped you because you did something else.
I said something smart all the time.
Okay, and he slapped you.
It wasn't like he didn't slap me because I slapped him. It wasn't like a look. It wasn't like that. It was like a few minutes, at least a minute. You know, at least a whole another sentence or two after that.
Okay. How hard did you slap him?
Not as hard as I wanted to.
Okay. If you could describe how hard you did, how hard do you think it was?
Probably about hitting a volleyball.
Okay, hitting a volleyball.
The detective repeatedly demands Brandy clarify the order of events, when the slap happened, when she slapped back, and how soon after she grabbed the knife. This isn't just about details. By anchoring her to time markers, the detective destabilizes vague answers and exposes contradictions.
Did you say anything to him when you slapped him?
I don't remember.
Did he say anything to you either time he slapped you?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember anything he said.
What kind of things was he saying last night?
All kinds of things. I don't really words, conversation.
Okay.
I don't know.
After he slaps you the second time, how long after that slap did you go and get your knife?
Hardly. Maybe a minute.
Okay.
It wasn't really.
So it wasn't like he slapped you and you ran and got the knife. He slapped you, y'all still argued, and then you went and got your knife.
Honestly, less than a minute.
Less than a minute. Okay.
I mean,
So when you went and got your knife, what did you do with the knife? Did you have it folded up? Did you already take it out and have it bound up down by your side? What'd you do?
I kind of opened it already running because
Okay.
that's instinct. That's what you do.
When you were doing that, when you were instinctively opening the knife and holding it ready, was he still yelling at you?
Of course.
Okay. So the yelling never stopped. Is that fair?
Well, we were arguing. Sure, and then we didn't take a tea break, yeah.
Okay. Is it fair to say that you yelled at him and he yelled at you?
Well, yes.
Okay. I want to understand what you were going through your head when you decided to stab him.
There was no going through my head when I decided to stab him. It was more self-preservation kind of thing. Like, you don't go through your head in that kind of moment. Granted, say I've never stabbed anybody like that before. The only other time I've ever done anything remotely close is like my ex-husband in the kneecap with a key. That was years ago.
Okay. Well, I want to stay with what we're talking about here, okay? I want to talk about that.
There's nothing going through. I mean, it was...
Well, listen, here's the thing.
It wasn't I'm going to stab out of this dude. It wasn't like that.
But I need to know. If it's not like that, I need to know what it is like. Because, listen.
It's like instinct and you just do it.
Okay.
Because there's somebody that's just hit you and hit you twice. Somebody bigger than you that's been yelling at you for months.
Okay, I understand that.
And you just do it because you don't want to get hurt anymore.
Okay. But it's fair to say the only time he actually hurt you was tonight. Twice slapping you, is that correct?
Physically.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, physically. I'm not talking about all the yelling and all the verbal abuse. I understand that's bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not dismissing that. But we need to be talking about what we're talking about here. And if we're talking about physical abuse, the only time he physically abused you was tonight when he slapped you twice. And that was one before you slapped him and one after you slapped him. Is that correct?
When Brandy admits she opened the knife just in case, the detective frames that act as intent, not instinct. This is a reframing tactic.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because they're going to ask me this. And what I mean by they is the people who are going to make decisions on this, okay?
What kind of decisions? Like whether or not to arrest me?
Decisions on what what questions I might need to ask you. Like, are you ever going to do something like this again? But I got to get to that point. The first thing I need to ask you is this.
Somebody going to come at me threatening my life again? Yeah, I probably will.
Okay, let me ask you this.
My right?
Did that happen? Because you hadn't said that yet. Did he threaten your life? Did he say, I'm going to kill you? Because, I mean...
Well, not per se.
Okay. Well, tell me what, if not per se,
he has
tell me
threatened
what
my well-being. He has threatened me several times.
Okay, tell me about that.
I understand. I mean, he has threatened to, in front of several people, I'm going to burn down your shit. I mean, really,
so he
can destroy my entire life, but because he didn't say he's going to kill me?
No, I didn't say that.
That makes it okay.
I'm not saying it's okay. But Brandy, you have to at least give me the facts, okay? I need to know the facts so that I can do a correct and thorough investigation here, okay? And that's all I'm asking for is the facts. I'm not saying right, wrong, or whatever. I'm asking you for the facts. And it sounds like he does a lot of damage to stuff. It sounds like he's a kid, and he does a lot of bad stuff to you. But what I'm talking about is
He hurt people, and that's what they do.
Okay. Well...
He's been through little Kenneth just thinks big Kenneth and say, I'm sorry, I love you, and give him all.
Let me ask you this. If what he has done is slap you, then get slapped, and slap you again, what made you think if he lunged at you, he was going to do anything other than slap you again?
Do you understand what PTSD is?
I don't have it, but I've heard of it, and I'm familiar with some aspects of it. How does that come into play?
And I'm not sure exactly which occasion, but I know that Kenneth has threatened my life before. Like I said, my children and I were lucky to make it away from my ex-husband with our lives. So you have a man that big coming at you, and it just hits you. You kind of don't think about it. You just put you in a place you don't want to be.
Okay. Is it fair to say, though, that you stabbed?
Each time Brandy brings up past trauma or Kenneth's bullying, the detective acknowledges it but steers her back. What did he do tonight? This isolates emotional justifications from physical events, making excuses less persuasive.
How long have you been with Kenneth?
Off and on since February.
Okay. In that time, how many times has he assaulted you?
I've already answered that question.
Twice, tonight, right? Or last night? I guess my question to you is this. Why did you think, after being with him since February, did you think he was going to hurt you enough to where you had to use deadly force on him?
I'm sorry, I can't believe that's considered deadly force.
Well,
I consider it deadly force that he used anything on me, because if you see Kenneth, he is fucking stacked.
Okay.
I mean, to me, him hitting me, what he did was deadly force. I didn't want to take it that route.
Well, no, that's why I'm here asking
It's like, I'm 5'3". I weigh a bill 20, 35 maybe. I got this going on my leg. I've been sick anyway. Him coming at me like that, to me, is threatening my life.
To be clear,
granted, he's not everybody that has hurt me in my past, but based on past experiences, what do you expect me to do?
Well,
I mean,
I'm not saying...
all those women that are laying there dead because they didn't
Okay, I understand that.
have a knife.
But you have to understand something. We can't just give carte blanche to all women to stab people, okay? Let me explain deadly force to you, okay? A knife is considered a deadly object when it's used in a certain way. You understand that a knife can cut, right? You understand that a knife could cause serious bodily injury. What I mean by that
The
is,
reason I'm carrying that.
okay, it's exactly, it's to protect yourself, right? Now,
Protect myself from situations such as this.
okay, I understand that. But you have to understand, we have to articulate why you did what you did. And if we can't do that, then people are going to have questions. I don't want people to have questions about this. I want to be able to answer their questions so that they don't come back and say, well, why did she do this? Well, why did she do this? Well, how come you didn't ask her this? I want to get this all out on the table so we know exactly what happened. Okay? Now, the one thing that's sticking out in my head is, are we looking at a scenario where you got pissed off because he was yelling at you and he had hit you and you thought enough was enough and you stabbed him? Now, you stabbed him for a couple reasons. You got tired of him yelling at you. You got tired of him slapping you. Or did you stab him because you just wanted to flat out kill him?
Hell no.
The detective presents Brandy with two options. She stabbed instinctively with no thought, or she made a choice about where to stab. Both options carry consequences, but neither fully supports her innocence.
So you stabbed
And I kill
him.
bugs, dude. I cry if I step on a fucking bug on accident. I don't want to hurt people. I don't like to hurt people.
But you understand, if you stab somebody, no matter where you stab them, there's a possibility they could die. You understand that, right?
I do.
Okay. And so,
Also a genius, and that's one reason I did not stab him. I thought that he was actually going to kill his ass.
so you thought that much about it to not stab him in the heart, right?
That honestly seems to be more instinctive. I really didn't think about it while I was doing it. It wasn't like that.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It can't be both. It can't be both. You can't have the sort of mindset that you're saying, I'm not going to stab him somewhere that's going to kill him, but then say it was
But
instinctive.
you can have the mindset where you're not going to shoot somebody where it's going to kill them, but you can shoot them in any kneecap and disable them.
If I consciously, if I decided to do that, yeah, that would be a conscious decision to do that. And I'm asking you, was this a conscious decision not to stab him in the heart because you didn't want to kill him? Or was this just instinctive and you just stabbed him because he lunged at you? Because those are not the same thing.
Instinctively, I stabbed him because he was coming at me. And also instinctively, God knows that I wouldn't want to ever have to live with killing somebody. So I aimed where I wouldn't.
Okay.
It wasn't a thought process in my head.
Well, it is.
It wasn't.
It has to
wasn't
be.
at that time. It doesn't have to be. It's instinctive.
No, listen, instinct,
Have you studied psychology ever?
probably not as much as you have.
What do you?
Okay. But I do know this. If you are trying
Have you
to stab
shot somebody?
something, no, I haven't.
You ever shot somebody?
Yes, I have.
Did you kill him?
Yes, I did.
Did you mean to?
No. It was very similar, I guess. I just didn't want to get shot myself.
I'm sorry if you had to do that.
Yeah, I get it. It's not fun. I'm not saying any of this is fun.
But it wasn't a thought process per se. It wasn't like picking out my cereal in the morning. It wasn't like that.
So let me ask you this. Was it he lunging at you, you instinctively stab him, and then you say, wait, I don't want to hit his heart, so I'll hit him here? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's a decision you're making.
It was not a decision. When it's instinct, it's not a decision.
Okay, I got that.
When it's...
But if it's instinct, how did you decide?
I didn't decide.
Okay, so you just stabbed him wherever. You don't know where you're going to stab him. You didn't necessarily try to miss his heart so you didn't kill him. Because that's kind of what you said earlier.
It's like God knew.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we got to go about what you thought and what you did and what your intention was, not what God's was.
When Brandy insists she wasn't trying to kill, detectives counter with narrow binaries. Was it instinct or was it intentional? Was it defense or was it anger? By eliminating gray areas, they force her into cornered admissions.
Well, in the end, it's all about God's intention, isn't it?
Okay. Well, right here while we're here, and we're talking about this particular case, we got to know what your intention was. Now we got to know because you said
And
you.
part of my brain somewhere knew not to kill the mother.
Okay.
I can't tell you what, there was no thought process with it though.
Let me ask you
No,
this.
hey, I'm not going to stab him here. It wasn't like,
But you also
It wasn't
already
like it.
said, that you understand that if you stab somebody anywhere, it could potentially kill them.
dude, you could pick your nose and it could potentially kill you. Did you know that?
I haven't come across that yet.
That can happen.
But you would agree, stabbing somebody is not the same thing as picking your nose. I think a reasonable person would agree that stabbing somebody in the chest
Yeah, well,
is
it's-
nowhere near the same thing as picking your nose.
Unconsciously without thinking about it. Kind of breathing.
Okay.
Which is instinctual as well.
Okay.
It's back to your reptilian brain, which everybody has three functions in their reptilian brain is ultimately the same function, survivor.
So, are you telling me that you had, because keep in mind, you did have your knife in your hand because you were ready for something. And when he did something, you stabbed him. Now the question is, did you stab him because he just lunged at you and it was an instinct and you didn't know what you were doing type thing? Or you stabbed him intentionally in a spot where you knew it wouldn't kill him?
I don't answer that question. You're just rephrasing it.
I'm trying to make sure I understand what your answer is, because you said a couple different things.
I've given you my answer.
Okay, so which one is it?
I wasn't trying to kill him.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Were you specifically trying not to hit his heart?
It wasn't a conscious thought,
Okay.
but I was not trying to kill him. I also just believe that I understand.
Okay.
I have 5 children. And I am Cherokee.
Okay.
I was raised with weapons. I'm not an idiot.
Okay. Why? Is there a reason why you stabbed him where you stabbed him? I mean, I know you said you tried not to hit his heart, but is there a reason you stabbed him where you did instead of in the side or in the face or in the leg?
Right here.
Okay.
And it would have been silly to stab him in the side.
You said he lunged at you. What did it look?
That's what they did.
What did it look like he was going to do when he lunged at you?
The detective rephrases the same core question dozens of times. Intent versus instinct. This isn't sloppiness. It's strategic repetition. Each retelling increases cognitive strain, making inconsistencies more likely.
Look like. There's no tell.
Yeah.
What it means you look like to say I am look.
Well, I'm saying look like to me. What did he do when you say lunge? Let's make sure we're on the same page. What's lunging? What did he actually do? Physically, what did he do?
Like this.
Okay.
Like
So he was fairly close to how far we are apart. Right? And you said he just did this.
oh. Dad like a what?
Well, so I'm asking, like,
When somebody's screaming and yelling at you, they just knocked up out of you.
okay, I understand. I'm not saying,
Yeah, he's
I'm not saying, huh?
You're saying they pray.
Well, he'll be okay. Randy, I need to understand what occurred, okay?
I told
And when you do this, I take that to be something serious, that he did that. So I'm asking you, if he's yelling, I understand that. If he's cussing at you, I understand
towards
that.
me for my arm.
Okay. How do you know that? What was he doing?
I just showed you the best I got.
Okay. And he
The best I can describe it.
Okay.
My head doesn't function when that happens like that to describe it the way that you're demanding.
Let me ask you this.
Like,
Would
you've never
you?
been in that situation? Do you have it like a psychologist working this time of night or no?
We do not. And can I ask you something?
Sure.
Would you do anything different in hindsight, knowing what you know now?
I wouldn't have gotten Kenneth to Kenneth.
Do you know Kenneth's dead?
Kenneth.
Kenneth is dead.
Kenneth what?
No, Brandy. We're homicide detectives, and Kenneth is dead. And that's why we're talking to you about what happened to Kenneth. Because he got stabbed, and now he's dead.
Telling Brandy directly that Kenneth is dead forces her to process the outcome of her actions. It shifts the interrogation from abstract slapping to irreversible death. This tactic uses reality shock principle, rooted in consequence-based persuasion theory.
And I'm trying to...
Kenneth did a lot more to live one minute.
Okay. Well, we can say it however you want. Kenneth was alive, and now he's no longer alive. And the only injury that we can see
I want to see his body.
is a stab wound. Unfortunately, that can't happen.
Why?
Because his body is a part of evidence right now. Do you have any injuries on you from last night?
Happened in your face.
Okay. You have a wrap around your leg there. What happened there? It's like infected, right? No, don't touch it. Don't push it around.
I've been trying to drain it.
No, don't drain it. Don't drain it here. Don't drain it here. Don't drain it here. Don't drain it here.
Y'all
Right here. No, don't drain it. We're not keeping it here. Please don't drain it here. Please don't drain it here. I'm just, Brady, my question is, that's not an injury that happened. That was something that looks like it's infected. So got spider bite.
I think it was mosquito bite.
It looks like a hell of a spider to me because it's wrapped in a circle. That's usually a spider.
Brandy, now that you know he's dead, and it's due to you stabbing him, would you have done things different? I mean, do you think he deserved to die for slapping you?
Was it about him slapping me?
What was it about?
Can I be the bully?
Okay. I understand that. He sounds like a bully. But are you allowed to stab him to death because he's a bully?
It was not my intention to stab anybody to death. I would never do that intentionally.
Do you think Kenneth deserved to die for what he did?
What do you mean what he did?
Well, you stabbed him because of... You stabbed him...
being upset and making a mistake.
Okay, so my question is
Everyone
this.
deserves to protect themselves.
Were you upset about him being a bully? Were you upset about him slapping you? And you just had enough? Because I can tell you, Brandy, it's not like that's the first time that's ever happened, okay? Bullies are a pain in the ass. Somebody who is yelling at you nonstop, in your face, nonstop, that gets under people's skin.
It's not even that. It's personally sabotaging my life.
Okay.
Stealing my phone. Personally making sure I fall behind. Personally making sure others fall behind.
Okay, so he doesn't sound like that nice of a guy. Is that correct?
Once again, hurt people. Kenneth is not the things he does. Kenneth needs help.
Okay.
The detective keeps pressing moral frames. Do you think Kenneth deserved to die? Would you change your choice? By framing questions in terms of right and wrong, he forces her to confront the ethical weight of her actions.
Well, no matter what he needed, he wasn't doing things that were very nice. Is that correct?
He was not doing nice things.
Okay.
Well, yes, he was doing nice things, but he was also doing not nice.
Okay. It sounds to me
Kenneth did try to help people.
like he was doing a lot of stuff that amounted to him being a big bully to you. Is that correct? Because these are your words, that he was bullying you. Is that correct?
Bullying makes it sound so trite.
Well, these are your words I'm using, not mine. I'm trying to figure out why you stabbed Kenneth last night.
I told you.
And you said it's because he
Self-defense.
slapped you twice
No, it's not.
and then was lunging at you. My question is, do you think Kenneth deserved to be stabbed for his actions? Would you change anything, or do you think you did the right thing?
Oh, and now you've already given me? Yes.
I'm talking about the decision you made to stab him. Did what he did by lunging at
That
you?
decision and that answer to that question is between me and God.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, right here on Earth is between you and I,
Why?
because I'm investigating this, and I need to know why you decided to
I
stab
told you
him.
what happened.
Okay. Do you think that was the right choice?
That's not the answer to the question. That's not the question you're asking. You've gotten the answers you want from me. That question right there is from me and God.
Okay.
At moments, the detective validates Brandy's feelings, acknowledging fear, abuse, or past pain, before redirecting to facts. This balance of empathy with confrontation builds rapport while still tightening the net.
I believe.
What did you do with the knife?
I'm going to assume it's still there.
Okay. Where did you put it?
I could not tell you. I think I just dropped it.
What happened after you stabbed him?
Don't quite let it go.
Okay. Something happened. Do you remember anything?
I would like an attorney.
I'm sorry?
If you're going to keep questioning me,
You'd like an attorney?
if you're going to keep questioning me,
William, keep in mind, you're not under arrest, okay? You can get up. Listen.
may I leave him?
Yes, you can leave at any time. You can leave at any
Is
time.
anybody going to drive me home?
Yeah, we
Don't
can get
have
somebody to drive you home. Without a doubt. You do not have to be here. You're allowed to leave at any time. You can go right now and go get an attorney. I'm trying to get a bunch of answers because individuals who are going to ask me about this case need to have those answers before they decide what they're going to do. But it's up to you if you want to be here or not. You don't have to be. It's up to you. I understand this is not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. I have to find out and I have to investigate why somebody lost their life. And don't you think that deserves a thorough interview? Don't you think that deserves a thorough investigation?
That it deserves a lot more than the textbook questions you're throwing.
And tell me what the right questions are. I'm trying to find out what happened and make sense in my head
What happened?
as to why you decided to take this up to deadly force, which is stabbing somebody in the chest for slapping you.
It wasn't just for slapping me, and you shouldn't phrase it like that because that makes it sound horrible.
Then what did he do that made you
And I-
decide to stab
I
him?
ask you, sir, to not explain it to people that way, to color me in an unfavorable light. Because that's not
There's
fair.
nothing I'm going to do that's going to color you in any other light than what you're doing. This entire thing is on video,
All
okay?
he's asking you to do is explain what happened,
I
explain
did.
yourself. But he's asking you some more detailed questions, and that's what you're not wanting to answer. And those are the details that we need.
What
Now,
am I
here,
doing?
let
I
me,
didn't go hide the knife. I know that. If that's what you're trying to get,
I'm trying to just find out where it is.
it should be over there at the campsite.
Okay. Did you drop it,
I think so.
or did you go put it somewhere?
I didn't go put it anywhere or anything like that.
What did you do
Pretty sure I
then?
dropped it right there by the campsite. That is my answer. That is the only fucking answer I have for that
and
question.
that's the only question he has.
That's all I asked. Then what did you do after you dropped the knife?
By asking where the knife went and what she did after the stabbing, detectives push Brandy to describe her behavior once the act was done. Post-crime actions often reveal intent more clearly than the act itself.
I headed out of the woods.
Okay. Where'd you
I
go?
went over. Ken was over there.
For where?
My princess.
Okay. What was he doing?
He was on the ground, not dead.
Okay. Did you think he was hurt?
I know he was hurt.
Okay. Did you call 911?
I believe Jeanette called 911.
I'm sorry?
I believe Jeanette called 911.
Okay.
So I left the woods.
Were you...
Because I was probably in shock is what I was. And all I know is I walked out of the woods. I ran away from the hurt, the fear, and the fact that I couldn't help Kenneth.
Jeanette, is that the same person as Mary?
No.
Who, how come you didn't call 911?
I didn't have a phone.
Okay. Were you upset when somebody else called 911?
I was upset because this may not make sense to you because of the severity of what this is right now. Only because it's a soap opera. And in my head, it was just like, I'm tired of being in my business.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I was in shock. And what was I supposed to do? You know, I ran out of the woods because I didn't want to be in those woods anymore. There was not a good spirit.
Did you talk to anybody before you ran out of the woods?
I know. I stopped and talked to Kenneth.
Stop and talk to Kenneth?
Yes.
What'd you say to Kenneth?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember telling anybody that he was okay and he was fine? That he didn't need anybody to come check on him?
I don't remember that. Did they say that?
Do you remember telling anybody else about what you did?
Detectives immediately focus on Brandy's claim that she was in shock after the stabbing, by probing whether her actions were confusion or conscious avoidance, like not calling 911. They turn her own words against her.
Who's Christopher?
Christopher.
Christopher.
Who's Christopher?
Stays about 200 yards for y'all. Christopher.
Oh.
You call him something different?
Scott.
Okay, Scott.
I didn't see him.
Did you talk to him at all?
Oh, I did stop by there.
Okay. What did y'all talk about?
I don't remember what I said to him. Something about me and Kenneth fighting. I don't know. I don't remember that. I was stuck in shot. I don't remember what was said. I don't.
Do you remember ever saying anything about the police won't catch you?
I don't remember that.
Would Scott be lying if he told us you said that?
I could not tell you if he was or not. He may or may not be lying.
Did you take the person's phone that was calling 911?
I think that I did.
I'm curious why.
I'm tired of everybody being in our business. I was in shock, like as far as.
But you understand they're calling 911.
I didn't know who she was on the phone with.
Did she ever tell you she was calling an ambulance for him?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Did you talk to the people
I don't remember.
on 911? You don't know?
I don't remember. Honestly, even ask me these questions, I don't remember.
And that's fine. That's a fair answer. I'm just curious, and that's why I'm asking where did that phone go? I mean, what did you do with that phone?
It's here.
Okay.
Did
you give it to the officers whenever they found you? Okay.
No, I mean, the knife should be right there by the campsite, as far as I know. I didn't like intentionally go hide anywhere.
Let me ask you this. Does Kenneth think you are going off during the days and sleeping around on him? Is that what his issue is?
Part of it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Is it a valid concern?
Yes and no. Like, there's a lot of... I don't want to say childish, immature, like, like a guy talks to me and he just, that insane jealousy that just doesn't need to be there, like, over something completely.
But it's constant because my understanding is y'all are constantly arguing verbally every day. That no one's ever seen y'all be physical with each other. In other words, you're not hitting him, he not hitting you. But everybody hears y'all argue every day. The camps around y'all. Is that correct?
It's always
Full time, right?
When Brandy admits taking someone's phone during a 911 call, detectives push the issue. Interfering with aid reframes her role from victim to active obstructor.
Okay. I know y'all use ice, and that's fine because that's
I
not.
smoke weed too. I advocate.
And that's fine.
It should have been more weed.
Were you using ice tonight?
Not really, no.
No. How do you normally get your ice whenever you need ice?
Through the plug.
Okay. Well, how do you pay for it?
Usually bars on trade or gypsies.
Okay. Do you think
I don't trade sexual favors.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering.
I
Kenneth thinks that. Do you think Kenneth believes that?
Kenneth believes that I don't.
No. I'm asking.
Hey man,
Do you think that?
I think somewhere in his head that he probably thinks I do,
Okay.
but I don't.
Well, and that's fine. I don't know either way. I'm just asking what you think he believes. And my understanding is that you go off on your own pretty much for periods of time, and that
Kenneth leaves a lot.
I understand it. I'm not saying that he's any different. What I'm saying is, my understanding is that you leave a lot, and that he believes because you leave a lot that
I was other men. Yes.
you're with other men.
Yes, I know he believes that.
Okay, and that's
I'm usually by myself talking to God. I spend the majority of my time by myself.
okay. And does he also believe that here recently that you and Scott might have been involved?
I guess so. That at some point he thinks that has happened.
Well, my understanding is in the last 3 or 4 days he confronted Scott over
He
this.
did. Scott was over at our spot hanging out for a minute, and Scott is my friend. Scott has actually been my friend since before I met Kenneth.
Right. My understanding is y'all known each other about a year.
Yeah, nothing has ever happened with Scott, but I guess Kenneth infers, looks or whatever, and thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
My friend had given me this pair of shorts that had this really cool thing on the back because he thought I like to do arts and crafts.
Like a steer or something on the back, or
I don't even remember really what it was. It was like angel wings or something.
Angel
He was
wings,
like,
okay.
I know that the zipper was messed up or something, and he thought, well, you can do something cool with this. Well, Kenneth found them.
That was a guy named Cowboy that gave you those shorts, correct?
Yeah, my friend gave them to me, and Kenneth found them, and he thought they were a pair that apparently Scott has some that are similar. So rather than even ask me, because I wasn't there, or ask Scott about the shorts, he just went over and woke Scott.
Right.
The crap out of it.
Apparently there's a little makeshift bed behind y'all's camp that these shorts were at.
They were with something else. I tried to hide them because Kenneth takes anything I have that is cool or means something to me, and he takes it. And I wanted to keep them. Like, I rolled up a couple of things and I had put them somewhere.
I understand. So going back to Scott.
Oh, I do have an injury. Does it count? It's right here. It hurts.
Okay. I'm going to have somebody come in here when we're done and photograph that stuff.
Going back to Scott, when you walked over to Scott, because now that we've kind of revisited all this, and I understand
I
why.
didn't intentionally walk over to Scott.
Detectives dig into Kenneth's suspicions about cheating, Scott, and even clothing items linked to jealousy. By doing so, they reframe the crime as emotionally fueled rather than purely defensive. This aligns with frustration-aggression hypothesis.
No. I'm not saying you did. Just listen to me, and I'll finish my question, and then you can answer. When you walked over to Scott now, do you recall telling Scott what had happened?
Vaguely, I may or may not. I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly can't tell you.
When you and Scott are standing there, and the police lights came up, what did you do?
I went towards the motel.
Okay. Why? I mean, I guess my question is, why wouldn't you just go and tell the police, hey, look, this is what happened, and this guy.
I was in jail with a woman who went down for life because her ex-boyfriend used to beat the shit out of her constantly, and she finally had enough. Life.
Okay, and I get that, but my point is that
the cops aren't our friends. We're gypsies. They're
what we're trying to associate here is you feel like you did what you had to do.
I did what I did.
And so my point is in that if you feel like you did what you had to do, my question is why wouldn't you just go tell the police, hey, I did what I had to do?
Because in my experience, the police don't necessarily listen.
Okay. Well, and that's fair enough. Everybody has their assessment on the police.
And I was married to a man that can make anybody believe anything he wanted them to believe.
Okay.
And everything was my fault. And
Let me ask you something. Do you think it's fair to say that Kenneth's behavior reminds you a lot of your ex?
Sometimes, but Kenneth is a much better person.
Okay.
I believe, honestly, there's a spirit on Kenneth. He needs lots of prayer. Because when that happens, it's not Kenneth. It doesn't look the same as Kenneth. I believe it's mine.
Before you and Kenneth met, what had Kenneth been in jail for?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Exactly what I want to say drugs, but I know he'd been in jail before for, I think that was in Granbury.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you stabbing Kenneth last night was a combination of the way he's treated you, the way you were treated by your ex, plus the actions that happened last night? Or do you think he got stabbed purely off the actions he did last night?
Probably a combination.
Okay. Do you think it would have been fair for him to stab you after you slapped him?
Yes.
Okay, you do? You think that would have been justified?
When asked if she bragged about police not catching her, Brandy suddenly doesn't remember. Detectives let that answer stand, but note the inconsistency.
That's a difficult question. Because in a physical throwdown, who's going to win? Me or Kenneth?
Here's what I want to do, just so I can be clear, just so I'm not wondering what you meant or anything like that. Can you do me a favor? Can you stand up for me in this corner?
Do I have to put my nose in it?
No. Facing me.
The thing's cool.
Can you do me a favor and pretend you're standing right here? Can you show me what you saw Kenneth do before you stabbed him? Show me the action he made towards you.
I can't make the face.
No, show me the action he did.
Like this, kind of like.
Okay. So he did. He came at you like this with his hands down.
Like he's going to hurt somebody, you know?
Well, hang on a second. You went like this, kind of like he was getting in your face, right?
Like,
is that correct? He was kind of getting in your face?
about to get in my face, probably.
Okay. But his hands are down here like this. Did you see a knife in either one of his hands?
No, but I saw his hands.
Okay. Did you see a weapon in either of his hands?
I was more looking at this part of his body.
Okay. But let me ask you this. You didn't stab him because he had a weapon. Is that correct? Because we haven't talked anything about a weapon.
Physical force would have been enough.
Okay, I understand that. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss something or I didn't ask you this. I don't want to look back and be like, oh, I never asked you if he had a weapon. So at no point last night did you ever see Kenneth with a weapon?
He didn't have a weapon last night at all because he was starting to stab somebody else.
What? He didn't have
a... for my knife.
Okay.
Several times. I was very mad. That's one of the things the argument was about.
Okay.
Very mad at me. I didn't give him my knife.
Okay, why did he want your knife?
Because he had a confrontation.
With whom?
Teardrop.
Who's Teardrop? Does Teardrop have anything to do with what we're talking about tonight?
That was part of the argument.
Okay.
He believes that you were messing with Teardrop, doesn't he?
A little bit, oh yeah.
Okay. Were you? That's the MO.
But that's not the, we're in there arguing. There had some sort of bike thing going on with the bicycles. And we were coming back, heading down Camp Bowie, and Teardrop and his girlfriend were headed to the city. And Kenneth said, give me your knife, and I wouldn't do it because they were arguing. And I didn't hand him my knife, so he could,
But it's fair to say that move you just made towards me is as close to what you remember Kenneth doing to you before you stabbed him. Is that correct?
Yes, I probably look better in the dress, but other than that, yeah.
Okay. When he did that, was he wearing any clothing?
Shorts, I believe.
Okay.
And Kenneth never wears a shirt.
Okay. Well, he ended up naked over at the other place.
He may have not gotten dressed.
So he may have been naked when you stabbed him?
I don't know.
Detectives ask if Kenneth stabbing her after being slapped would have been fair. This forces her to consider the reversed logic of her own justification.
I don't remember if he put shorts on or not. I wasn't paying attention.
But it's possible he could have been naked at the time? Okay. I'm assuming it's fairly dark out there. Is that correct? Is that correct? Okay. Is there anything else you can think of that you think is important to what we're talking about that you want me to know?
Why does Kenneth have a do not detain?
I don't know what that is.
What are you saying that like, because I've heard this before, where people think that somebody's cooperating with police on things, and so they have what they call a do not detain, which that doesn't exist, by the way.
Thank you.
But I've heard a lot of the Aryan Brotherhood types come up with stupid shit like that before.
Yeah.
About the whole do not detain
they're
thing.
retarded.
Supposedly that's how they identify who's a snitch. And
yeah, like somebody can't falsify paperwork or something.
Was Kenneth doing any of that? Was he talking to the police about stuff?
Not that I know of. I don't think so.
This is what we need to do. I'm going to have the crime scene.
There's no possible way that I would look any of my children in the eye and tell them that I allowed another man to do me that way.
where are your kids now?
My children are in Oklahoma.
Who are they with in Oklahoma?
Their grandparents.
What part?
Also.
In hindsight, and let me ask you this, and I know you've answered this a little bit, but in hindsight, do you think it might have been smarter after you got slapped the second time, instead of going to get the knife, to maybe get the knife and leave the camp? Maybe call the police?
You don't call the police.
Huh?
You don't call the police.
Okay. Well, I mean, people do.
With what?
What do you mean with what?
With what?
You're a smart girl.
Yes, I would have called the police with.
Okay.
You don't call the police.
Are you saying you can't physically, or are you saying you wouldn't? You wouldn't because you don't think it's the right thing to do?
You just don't call the police.
Okay. Well, what about tonight? You think the police should have been called tonight?
I don't think the police should be called ever.
Okay.
You just don't do it. We answer to a different authority.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you have to answer to this. Okay?
I'm still Cherokee in the sovereign Cherokee Nation.
Okay. That being said, you still have to make sure that you're justified when you use deadly force against somebody. Okay, which means you have to be able to articulate why you use that force. It's the same thing for police officers.
Seems that you guys seem to get away with it a lot more than we do.
Oh, I think that's the way a lot of people would like to believe it, but
They have Brandy physically demonstrate Kenneth's lunge, asking her to reenact strips away abstract words and forces a concrete display.
that's just not actually true.
I'm going to have the crime scene officer come in here. He's going to photograph. I want you to show him any injuries you have, okay? And then we're going to have to take that dress because it's got evidence on it, and I'm going to give you something to wear, okay?
Hey, I'm never going to get to go to the museum anyway.
And then we'll get you out of here. We'll get you back to where you need to be.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to see if I can understand.
Okay. Another smoke.
I'm waiting.
He's getting his camera. He's going to photograph you, and then before you go home, we'll give you a cigarette, okay?
I gotta see this.
Huh? He's going to just get his camera, okay? And then he's got the thing I need you to change it, but he's got to take pictures. I want you to show him. He's right here. Go and stand back there. He's going to take pictures.
All right. All right. Take this easy.
I'm breathing because I'm not going to say something stupid.
Do this for me. He's going to take photographs of you. And then once he's done, we're going to step out. Do me a favor. Take your green dress off that has blood on it. And put it in here. Ma'am, look at me. Put it back, and then go ahead and throw that on, okay?
All right. Lighting's a lot better in here than it was out there.
Finally, detectives remind her that she must answer to this system despite her appeals to God or Cherokee sovereignty. This tactic pulls her from abstract justifications into concrete, earthly accountability. In this interrogation, detectives methodically dismantled Brandy Phillips' self-defense claim. They secured admissions that Kenneth was unarmed, that she had readied the knife in advance, and that the only physical violence he used that night were 2 slaps. By pressing her on sequence, intent, and alternatives, they exposed contradictions between instinctive reaction and conscious choice. From a legal standpoint, these statements undermine justification and establish disproportionality between threat and response. Combined with forensic evidence and her post-crime behavior, taking a 911 caller's phone and fleeing, the interrogation provides prosecutors with incriminating admissions that strongly support a conviction or plea deal. Brandy Nicole Phillips was sentenced in August 2019 to 7 years in prison for the 2017 stabbing death of her boyfriend, Kenneth Stewart. From a legal standpoint, this outcome illustrates how the prosecution capitalized on her own statements during interrogation. Detectives carefully exposed that Kenneth was unarmed, that Brandy had readied the knife in advance, and that her actions far exceeded a proportional response to being slapped. Her interference with a 911 call and decision to leave the scene further weakened her credibility. Faced with forensic evidence and her damaging admissions, Phillips accepted a plea agreement, resulting in a conviction and a 7-year sentence.